My name is Andjela. I'm 35 years old. I'm mother of 2 boys, happily married. I work as a trauma nurse at a level 1 trauma center. I grew up in Serbia. I moved to America when I was age of 23. Since then, I live in Chicago, where I was diagnosed with hereditary angioedema after probably like 17, 18 years of suffering. My abdomen would be my major area where I swell. My legs would swell, my feet, my fingers, my arm. Different parts of body would swell randomly, but the whole high school was very bumpy with me throwing up constantly and not knowing what's going on. People would point finger, maybe eating disorder or, which is kind of offending, but nobody would, believe me. Emotionally started affecting me later on when I was in college and became a little bit older, and that affected my social life in a different way. There's a time when you start going out with your friends, clubs, parties. That's when HAE kicked in, and my social life suffered, and I have to go by day or by the moment, I would say, because you make up plans and you go take a shower and get sick. So you just stay home and you cancel. People would not believe that, because if we hang out outside and we make plans, then I go home and I want to just get ready, and they saw me last time 30 minutes ago being fine, and then I'm calling them from my apartment, oh, I'm sick. It's hard for them to process all of that, and then you feel isolated, you feel unheard, misunderstood, and left alone. I do feel like I have to explain myself all over again, and I feel like after all this explanation, I don't think they understand. They feel like I'm strong and I'm carrying on and I'm just pushing forward, but it's a toll you have to fight every day. I think that's the hardest part with hereditary angioedema, unpredictability. There was an occasion when I almost missed my son's birthday. At that point, I was receiving the IV medication, and those medication, every medication is good when it helps, right? But challenging when you have to give it, especially when you're sick. And IV medication can be very challenging. When you're sick, your veins just fragile, disappear. You don't eat well, you don't drink well, and they're just gonna collapse. And I felt so sick, and none around me, my family and my friends felt comfortable giving me an IV injection. So I just keep poking myself probably over 15 times up until I got it. And we were the last one to arrive. And I felt like, now I'm taking off on my son's birthday. And I felt like this is not fair. Even at that moment would be, better if I had some other way to have medication a different way, or swallow a pill or something and just go to that birthday. But yeah, there was not option at that moment. I was so upset, I was so mad, but you feel guilty. You do feel guilty and angry. You want to control, but you can't control. So you wish give me something, give me something that can help me. If I had some medication that I just take from my pocket, take medication, feel better, take a rest for an hour or so and move on with my day. I take preventive medication, which is injectable every 2 weeks about. And I have a rescue medication, which is as needed. That medication is a little bit challenging to take, has a time frame. If you take it, I believe, in the first 3 hours of your symptoms, it's most effective and most helpful. After that, still has effect, but not as much. Most of the time, I would miss the time frame. But yeah, those 2 medications, and both are injectable. Another trouble, you always want to stay away from your kids. That's traumatic for them. Injection makes you feel like you're very sick, and people see you more sick when you have injections around. Everybody takes pills, but none of us takes, not all of us takes injections. I experienced many unfair judgments and unfair treatment from people, and I do still experience. I believe that shouldn't be like that. Many voices in your mind makes you doubt yourself. So I just wish the doctors know about HAE itself.